Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. No matter what part of the world you are in, we've got you covered. Hello today, goodbye yesterday. Welcome to Thoughts Count Anywhere. The guys are back in full force after taking last weekend off to honor Veterans Day. We appreciate everybody who was part of Veterans Day, like our man here in the middle, Mr. Chief. How are you, sir?
Good morning, everybody.
Mr. Matt Mullen, of course. How are you, sir?
Good.
Everybody's looking shiny. We're back together again. Good morning, Ronald. Good morning, historian. We are back, and I'll tell you what. This is like our lead-up show to Survivor Series next week, because there's a programming note. We will be on 2 hours next week from 9 to 11 a.m. Pacific. We just have to remind John Friday night that we'll be here early.
Next week?
That's next week to preview Survivor Series, where there's a lot of talk and conversation about some possible returns, surprises, but let's not get ahead of ourselves, because tonight is AEW Full Gear.
Yep.
And we got a lot to talk about around that as well. But what did I say? I got my shirt on honoring you today. Did you notice that?
Yep.
Did you notice that?
I got, folks, tune in next week. I got the start of a good rant next week. Not this week, next week.
Are you going to do it next
You're
Saturday?
mad for next week
Next
already?
Saturday.
He's planning ahead. He's planning ahead.
It's a full 2 hours.
Actually, it's going to be a two-part rant. We're going to get it started next week on TCA.
Yes, we are.
And then we're hoping
Pick it up.
the following Thursday, part 2,
On the
will be
round
table.
table. Yes.
So how's
Yes.
that for a tease?
Yes.
Only I just have to let those guys know Chief's coming in so they can be prepared.
Stand by.
That's right. Anyway, thank you for tuning in. As always, you can catch us on Facebook, YouTube, and of course, download the mobile apps to your phone if you're driving around town. WWDBTV on your Android. WWDBTV LV for your iPhone products. And of course, in about 72 hours or whenever John's meds kicks in, he gets our shows uploaded to the WWDBTV channel on Roku, and you can catch all the TCA shows and all the multi-level, many thereof shows that the network has to offer. But before we go any further, you know what time it is?
Story time with Matt.
And now here is your storytelling host, Matt Mullen, the Mr. Rogers of the Fremont Street neighborhood. Take it away, Matt. What's happening in the neighborhood?
I got 2 quick stories.
Oh, good.
First one, a heart attack grill. We had like these 2 crackheads come in while I wasn't paying attention. They looked like they were clearly on meth. I was like, oh, great. This is going to turn into a thing. And they were like eating their food and they were like wigging out, like looking at the exits, trying to figure out how to get out without paying. And I was like, oh, great. Next thing I know, I look at the front door and 2 cops walk in and they're like, hey, can we use your bathroom? And I was like, yeah, of course. But wait a second, see if these 2 idiots pay real quick. And the 2 crackheads look over and they were like, oh, Jesus Christ. Then they really start wigging out that there's like 2 security and 2 cops at the door blocking the only way out. And then magically like $20 appears out of their backpack and they like fly out of the place like they saw a ghost. But also last night it was like real slow because of F1.
Mm-hmm.
And these 2 like big guys were like filming a show and I didn't realize one of them was Brian Shaw, the guy who won like the World's Strongest Man like 5 years in a row.
Yeah.
It was cool.
Well, that's nice.
Nice fella.
Yeah.
You get a chance to say hello to him, a little
Yeah,
picture.
we were like, he like hugged one of the girls and they're covered in like mustard and ketchup and like they were doing like they were trying to eat like the octuple burgers for like
Gotcha.
their YouTube show.
Got you. Well, right on. There you go. You just never know what happens in Las
Hey,
Vegas.
while we talking,
Sure.
Can I divert to something to Matt?
Sure, absolutely.
I read some or
Heads up.
heard that no. This is way above board. Heard this week that there's something going on that where they might block some certain type of people from coming down to Fremont Street and stuff now.
Certain type of people.
Did you hear about that?
Wait,
Like,
no more hookers on Fremont Street?
John, you're not allowed.
you know what? Can we get a button to mute his mic? Okay. And anyway, but no, there was something put out this week for the city council or something that they were talking about people, felons and things like that, from allowing them, passing something, not allowing them to come down onto Fremont Street and certain other areas of town where there's a lot of tourist industry. I was wondering if you might have heard anything about that this week.
I honestly haven't.
Okay.
I know like the street performers, like they're making them like all registered, make sure they're not felons, because a lot of those street performers at first were all wanted by the U.S. Marshals, and like the FBI or the Marshal just start grabbing them for like a good minute, and they were like, all right, let's like figure out who you guys are before you hit the streets.
No,
Always takes something to happen before we redirect to fix things.
it's a safety factor.
No, of course.
Also, one of my favorite stories of Fremont Street is when the U.S. Marshals pulled up, and it was one of my mom's customers I've known since I was a kid. And he was like, hey, Matt, have you seen this guy? And I kind of looked behind me, and I was like, are you messing with me? And he was like, no. And he was like, why? I was like, he's right there in the pirate outfit. He's like, what? He looks over, he's like, shit, keep an eye on him. I'll be right back. He comes back with like 10 other U.S. Marshals. They draw him down at gunpoint,
Jeez.
take him into custody. He was a wanted child molester out of like Arizona.
Oh my God. Jeez.
You're out of here.
Good riddance. All right, let's
All right.
get to it. I hear voices. Time for some rumor roundup
Ding, ding,
stuff.
ding.
You should start bringing back the bell.
I don't
kinda
hear
miss
him
that.
today.
You
I'm
want me to
guessing the
bring it back?
medication's
I'll bring
working.
it back.
Yeah,
I'll bring it back.
bring it back. We got to get back to that. Rumors WWE is interested in signing Okada. Will this happen or not?
That would be such a huge get for WWE. He's probably like one of the biggest names outside of the United States.
Mhm.
So that would cause an impact for sure.
That would be
His contract is up, right? At New Japan, is that what it is?
Just
He's
about.
just about up.
Yeah.
Okay.
it would be a big catch, especially if WWE doesn't end up getting MJF. That would be a big catch for him.
Or Will Ospreay. Dun dun dun.
They've got to get one of the three.
I know.
You think?
I think they'll end up with one of them. I just don't know which one.
Wouldn't it? No. And I'm not playing it. Wouldn't it be funny though if a different company signed all three of them and it wasn't WWE?
There's always that possibility, right?
Just
Well, you
saying.
kind of said it that he would make an impact in WWE. Maybe he doesn't go to WWE and he goes to another organization. Like, listen, any one of those three would have an impact on Impact, right? I mean,
yeah.
you got some of these major names. That might be the time that Impact now is able to step up their TV opportunities and things like that. When you get some of these bigger international names, yeah.
Yeah. Did you guys see that Josh Alexander versus Will Ospreay match that was on?
I did
Was it
not.
Turning Point?
I did not.
It was like that'll go down as one of the top 10 like Impact matches ever.
Right on. I'll have to catch
a
up.
banger.
And he said, like, after the fact, he said Will Ospreay got on the mic and said that the first match he ever saw was Samoa Joe versus Christopher Daniels versus AJ Styles. And that's the match that wanted him to be a wrestler. And he says he didn't want to be in an Impact ring. He wants to be in a TNA ring.
Right.
So I'm hoping Hard to Kill, Las Vegas, the
Mm.
debut of TNA wrestling again.
Right.
If we get Will Ospreay,
Wow.
we need to make a phone call and get him on the show.
Oh, yes. Yes. That's a great point. Who knows? Let's see. Historian says he's all in for Okada. And he also says that the match you guys were just referring to is available on YouTube. All right. Rumor number 2. Rumors Tony Khan is trying to go the extra mile to keep MJF at AEW. What do you think? His contract has been publicly known is up, next year, 2024? I don't
Beginning
remember.
of the year.
Beginning of the
I
year.
think it's
okay.
January 1st, honestly.
Oh, okay. Well, then he has a whole clean slate ahead of him, then, doesn't he, for 2024? In all seriousness, I mean, what he has, I think, all the options open to him. I think we'd be fair in saying that, right? He doesn't have just one or two. He's not limited. So, as probably what would be one of, if not the biggest free agents, if we can use that phrase now, going into 2024. What's your thoughts on him? Does he resign with AEW? And if not, does he go to WWE? I mean, where do you think is the path for him for 2024?
I think
Go ahead.
sorry, go ahead.
No, go, brother, go.
I think everybody at the end of the day wants to go to WWE to prove themselves
Mm-hmm.
and to get to WrestleMania. But being that young and that good, I think that right now, I think he's like in the top spot of AEW. And if he was to go to WWE, he's not going to get past Roman Reigns. He's going to be stuck in the shadow of Cody for a while, with the comparisons of just like them being in AEW before.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he's definitely going to stay in AEW for at least a couple years, and then maybe revisit the whole WWE thing after his next contract.
Okay.
But I think he's too used to being the top guy, and there's no way he's going to be the top guy in WWE.
Okay. Chief, your thoughts on that?
It's cut and dry.
Yeah.
He's staying with AEW.
Okay.
My personal opinion. He's not going nowhere.
And he was homegrown through AEW, was he not?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So, but you touched on something there, Matt, that I think would make for an interesting storyline. Let's say, for argument's sake, that Cody beats Roman at WrestleMania, if that's the match. Okay. Cody wins. Maybe MJF does come in, and because of what you just talked about of their pre-existing prior relationship in AEW, that's not a bad starting point for him to come in and have a few right out of the gate with Cody Rhodes, right out of the gate.
True.
For the belt. Why not? A lot of
Yeah.
guys and gals come in and, from other companies, and, depending on previous storylines, they go right at it. That wouldn't be a bad place to start.
How
Even if he
mad
doesn't-
would people be if at WrestleMania 40, Cody's about to finish the story and beat him,
And
and
MJF?
MJF cost him the belt?
Oh my God. See, so that's stuff like that makes you wonder the opportunities for WWE and storyline potential
Yeah.
with MJF coming over, going right with Cody. Because of that, you kind of, there's like smoke where there's fire, maybe. I don't know. I mean, you're right. I mean, he's in his best position as a top guy right now with AEW.
Yeah.
If he goes to Impact, who's Impact's top guy right now?
Josh Alexander.
Okay, but he doesn't have the belt, correct? Or does he? Did he
No,
get it
he
back?
doesn't.
Oh, he doesn't have the belt.
Right now it's Chris or Alex Shelley.
Oh, Shelley.
So if MJF, again, hypothetically in our conversation, let's say he signs with Impact, would that not make him the top guy in Impact right away? Do you think?
Oh yeah, definitely.
So there's these there are other companies where he might have the opportunity to go to that he could become and walk right in and be that number one guy. Certainly not like WWE. He'll come in as a top guy, but not the top guy.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think he's got it pretty good with AEW, like you guys were alluding to.
Oh yeah.
And man, that'd have to be a boatload of money for him to not re-sign, or Tony's going to have to sign him to a boatload of money, in my opinion, for him to stick around AEW.
The way he's making it sound, Tony Khan's gonna have to open up like the Trevor Lawrence checkbook.
That's right.
Trevor Lawrence.
That's right. Go to Lawrence Bank of Trust. So
I'm looking.
Burnett says Ziggler arrives. He thinks Ziggler arrives in AEW tonight because he has no compete clause. We were talking about that before I went on the air.
Okay. According to what I see, Ospreay's contract is up early 2024.
February.
MJF's is up 1 January 2024. And it says MJF announced that he will be with AEW at least until the end of 2023. Signed a new deal mid-2022 with improved wages, but the length of contract remained the same.
Well,
And Okada, I went and looked at New Japan. The only thing that they've got on New Japan is Ospreay. Okada's not even listed for a contract.
so December 31st, about 6 weeks away, end of the year, roughly, give or take a
Yeah.
day or two. Does he have I haven't looked at the match card, being away. I haven't caught up. Does he have a match tonight for the title?
Who's that?
MJF.
Yes.
Yeah, it's him versus Jay White.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
And then
So
MJF and Samoa Joe defending the ROH tag belts against the Guns.
But I
Gotcha.
think the MJF and Jay White match, that's going to be a three-way. Samoa Joe's going to be in that match too. That's my prediction.
okay. If he does decide to leave, we
Yes.
know he's not taking a belt with him.
No.
So at some point in the next 6 weeks, if he were to drop the tag belts, I'm not as concerned about as a heavyweight belt. That's the belt that signifies, because we've seen it, at least in WWE, if we know somebody's leaving, they're not taking a belt with them unless you're Punk, like he did years ago, climbed over the wall and took physically the belt with them. But if he drops the belt, would that and could that lead to major speculation that he's not re-signing with AEW?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Right? I mean, usually,
Yes.
right? So I think the next 6 weeks will really tell a story as to the potential direction for MJF. If he has a belt at the end of December, then I think he's staying. If he
They
drops
announced a pay-per-view at the end of the year. I don't think if he drops it, it's gonna be then.
okay, and that's fair.
Can I give a swerve possibly?
Sure.
What if MJF ended up with a manager?
In AEW,
He doesn't need one though.
I'm just saying though.
who, Don Callis?
No.
Become part of the family?
No.
Who are you thinking? I don't know. Who are you thinking as his manager? Seriously.
Ric Flair. Woo!
That would be interesting.
Wouldn't it?
Well, they just had an interview.
They could both talk on the mic.
They
That's
just
for damn
and
sure.
they just talked to Flair about MJF, about how much he thinks he's great, and he's just that's not a bad idea.
I'm
maybe
just-
maybe
I'm
at
just-
some point, if things continue with Sting and Flair, and there's a turn, Flair says, "Look, I can't go in the ring, so here's my protege, and he'll represent me, and that could be the start of a relationship there
I'm just
to end Sting." So it's
I'm just throwing
Is
that
it-
out there.
isn't speculation fun? All right, we're about ready to go to our first break here. And thoughts count anywhere?
Hey, that was 4.
It wasn't even a real word. We'll be right back.
Spec-
Most business owners struggle with the following issue. How do I brand my business to get noticed? Double Eight Design Studio helps businesses by designing brands that boost confidence, look and feel timeless, stand out from the competition, and attract all the right clients. Whether you are in need of a new brand, upgraded design elements, or completely redesign your current brand, Double Eight Design Studio has fully customized packages for your business. Call Chelsea McKendrick at 702-525-3334 and visit www.double8designstudio.com. Let Double Eight Design Studio give you a brand new outlook for your business.
Well, hello, good people of planet Earth. Is this thing on? Hello. I can't see you out there in TV land, so I'm going to rely upon the honesty of the internet that I know you're on the other side of this mirror. And me, your warlord of weird Sin Bodhi, is hoping that if you want to stumble upon the greatest form of internet entertainment of all time, even though the internet's only been around for about 23 minutes, I would like you to watch WWDBTV.com. It is amazing. It is awesome. They'll teach you the meaning of life. They'll teach you all sorts of cool stuff, how to turn peanut butter into jelly, and so many other things. And if you're going to watch, do it with styles. Do I look like I'm clowning around? Is this thing on?
Hey, welcome back. Another comment came in the chat room regarding our discussion just we went to break. Historian says, if MJF is the devil, then he's sticking around in the devil storyline. So that's going to lead to a lot of speculation. Who's his big signing? We'll get to all that for AEW moving forward. All right.
Where are we at?
You want to do Full Gear? I mean, it's tonight. We might as well talk about it.
Yeah, we can do full.
All right. Let's first match is on the bottom of the first page. Let's talk about that one. ROH Tag Team Championships, which you alluded to a few minutes ago. MJF and Samoa Joe taking on the Guns.
MJF and Samoa Joe, I can't see them losing.
Okay. Ron, I hope you're taking notes.
Unless Joe turns on
MJF
and it turns into something for the title match later, but we'll see.
You know,
when that, like he just talked about, it could lead to the triple threat.
When I've seen Joe in a match or a confrontation, and there's always been a handshake, he's always stood true.
Okay.
He's never turned.
Okay.
So I agree with Matt. It's going to be MJF and Samoa Joe.
Okay. I agree with that. Because I think MJF and Samoa Joe, quite frankly, give a much stronger name to the ROH tag titles right now. Because I think, like we talked about before, ROH is not AEW, though owned by, and they still need to do things to elevate ROH. Would you guys not agree to that? You know,
they did something pretty big last night.
Yes, they did. And we'll get to that in a little bit. Sting, Darby Allin, and Adam Copeland taking on Christian, Luchasaurus, and Nick Wayne. big talk going into this match by Christian about breaking Copeland's neck once and for all.
Nah,
But
ain't happening.
I don't. I think it's Sting and company are going to win this match.
I see Sting, Darby, and Mr. Copeland winning this match because what if they've been saying it's going to be Sting's last match, that he's going to go out?
Final resolution.
Final resolution. So they're not going to lose tonight. They're not going to lose tonight.
Okay, your pick officially?
Yes.
I don't think Sting's gonna win. Oh, I don't think Sting's gonna lose on his way to his retirement
No,
match.
no.
So I think the dad of the year is gonna lose tonight.
The dad of the year.
Yeah.
Christian Cage.
No,
And you have to remember one thing also. Mr. Flair will be ringside.
Mm-hmm. John Rankin, yes. Is Rousey headed to ROH? John, she showed up. She was part of the ROH show last night after the AEW went off. So she officially did show up at ROH. That is the update on that. International Championship, Orange Cassidy and John Moxley. This is one of those I think is kind of tough to call for a few different reasons, but
It's gonna be a bloody war. And the winner of the match is gonna be John Moxley.
okay. You're right over there. They got meds for that stuff. Anyway, what do you think, Chief? Moxley was out because of a concussion, wasn't he, for a couple of weeks?
You
So
know,
Sus has to be careful tonight.
at one time, wasn't Moxley set up to become this champion?
Yes.
And
He was a
some-
champion and then had the
And then something happened.
concussion.
Concussion, right.
But he dropped
You know
it that
what?
night to can't even say, but go ahead.
You know what? As much as I love Moxley, I'm picking Cassidy.
Okay.
I'm picking.
I get the
Cassidy.
split. Boy. I think Moxley, in my opinion, needs a little more time off. Concussions are nothing to play with, right?
No.
And I don't remember how many weeks it's been since he had the concussion. Obviously, he was cleared.
Well, he's been in the ring a couple times.
Okay. But we also know he loves to bleed. And when you have a concussion and you bleed from the head, okay, that's a recipe for disaster for the recovery of a concussion. I don't care that he's been cleared. Once you get concussions, they can come back too easily.
Yeah.
So I'm going to pick Cassidy to win as well in this match. Texas Death Match. Adam Page, Hangman taking on Swerve Strickland.
I'm taking Adam Page.
All right.
I'll go Swerve Strickland.
All right. Therefore, I get to be the tiebreaker.
No, you pick who you want.
No, well, either way, I'm going to break the tie. It's 1-1.
I don't care. Pick the referee, then it's 1-3.
Who's the ref?
I don't know.
I'll
Aubrey.
they'll take Aubrey all day long.
There you go.
I'll take Adam Page. Golden Jets taking on the Young Bucks. Who are the Golden Jets? What team is that? Who
Kenny Omega and Chris
is
Jericho.
that who it is? Okay. Now, did you see Jericho got burned the other night, supposedly, when he was coming down with the pyro?
I did not.
Yeah, on his hand or something?
I was sleeping.
Is he was waiting for
You
Kenny
don't watch.
and
I was sleeping.
he was waiting for Kenny and the other guys to come down, and he was on the ramp, and Kenny's pyro went off, and it got him on like the arm.
He got injured like this. Yeah.
What is there anything at stake for this, or is this just a rivalry kind of thing happening again?
That if Kenny and Jericho win, they get the Young Bucks title shot of whenever they want, and then if the Young Bucks win, Kenny and Jericho aren't allowed to team anymore.
Okay.
So I think the Young Bucks are going to win
I was
solely
just-
because of the tag title shot.
Okay. I was going to say, which is best for business, to have those two wrestle singles if they lose to the Young Bucks,
Yes.
or win and take the place of the Young Bucks, which is better for business? Go ahead.
Here's my question is, who's got more power backstage, Omega or the Bucks? And if the Bucks have 2 votes and Omega's only got 1, then I'm taking the Young Bucks.
Where would you see, that's a great point. That's a great point. But so the only name you didn't mention was Jericho.
Just for
No.
As long as it doesn't involve a Japanese woman, Kenny doesn't have much power.
No, but you bring up an interesting point, though, because Jericho's name wasn't brought up. He's not an owner. We all know that. but he's been there since day one, and people do consider him a founding father of AEW.
Yes.
How much longer does Jericho have? And what
As
you
long
say?
as he wants.
What's your opinion of how he's performing now? I'm just curious. I'm not saying good, better, and indifferent. I mean, is he still worthy of going another year or two? Or are we starting to see the signs that maybe
His retirement match isn't anywhere close.
okay? He's what,
Okay.
50 something now,
His,
isn't he?
his retirement match isn't anywhere. When he has a retirement match, he's going to be able to do his retirement match. It ain't going to look like
Like Kurt Angle and Baron Corbin?
no, like Ric Flair's.
Who would you like to see Jericho wrestle in his retirement match? I mean, I'm forecasting ahead, but
RVD,
okay,
because they started out in ECW together.
okay, interesting.
Or Dreamer. Or Bubba. One of the ECW guys.
Okay,
That to me would be a great
fitting of his retirement. Okay,
Yep.
Matt, who do you think? Just had a sidebar conversation.
I'd want to see him put like some young guy over that like deserves it.
I don't have a problem with that either. You know?
MJF.
Maybe,
Not that he needs to be gotten over, but I know
they kind of started the whole storyline thing in the beginning of AEW, so
Mhm.
yeah, that would totally make sense.
Okay, so we
Be a
got
good
Young
match.
Bucks. So who's your pick? Jets.
No, the Young Bucks.
Young Bucks also.
Yeah, I took
okay.
the Bucks.
I'll go the other way just for shits and giggles.
The Jets?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just why not?
the older guys, huh? Okay.
TBS Championship. Chris Statlander versus Julia Hart versus Sky Blue. Ooh,
I will go Julia Hart.
okay.
You think it's her time, huh?
Statlander's probably the most boring champion in all of wrestling.
Yeah,
I just want her to lose. I don't care which one of the two it is.
I'm taking Stratlander
Okay.
just because he wants to see her lose.
Well, my favorite color, Sky Blue, is blue, actually. Therefore, I'm going to take Julia Hart. I don't know why I was going with that
You
one.
know, I heard an interesting.
Everyone likes Sky Blue for one reason.
I heard an interesting comment this morning by Mark Henry
Mm-hmm.
saying that Julia Hart and golly, I wish I could remember the other young lady's name he said in AEW. I can't think of her name though, but that they're really starting to get to the caliber of where they're top-notch women's professional wrestlers, and they merit the respect now in the locker room.
That's good.
They're honing their crafts and
Absolutely.
they're learning it. So, you know, I'm okay with Julia. I want to see Chris hold it a little longer.
AEW Women's Championship. Sheeta taking on Tony Storm.
I'll take Tony Storm, the black and white of AEW.
Okay.
That's who I'll take.
All right.
I'll take Tony Storm. I don't know why they keep throwing the belt on Sheeta.
Well, I'm going to make it a hat trick. Going to side with Tony.
Mhm.
AEW Tag Team Championships. Ricky Starks and Big Bill taking on FTR versus Kings of the Black Throne versus Rush and Drilistico.
Roosh.
Rush?
Roosh.
Rush.
Rouge.
Isn't that what you put on your face? Isn't
It's
that makeup?
Rouge.
Isn't that Rouge?
No, Rouge.
Rouge.
This is Roosh.
Rouge.
That's right.
So it
not
should
Rush.
be. So it
it's
should be
Roosh.
ROOSH is how it should be
Rouge.
spelled.
Uh,
I teach English to elementary school
No, it's
kids.
supposed to be spelled Rush.
No, but if you want me to pronounce it that way.
RUSH.
All right, got a fatal four-way for the tag belts.
You know what? I'm gonna throw this one. I mean, I like Ricky and Big Bill. Don't get me wrong.
Mhm.
And they haven't had the belts long. But you know what? Is it time for the Kings of the Black Throne to win the belts?
I can see they gave up the trios belts not too long ago, and with Buddy Matthews gone,
They've been there for a long time.
Okay.
And I'm going to go with the Blackthorn.
Okay.
That's who I'm going with.
All right. Chief, Matt?
I think Big Bill has the personality of a cardboard box. So them putting him with Ricky Starks was hoping it would rub off, and it doesn't work.
Not
Okay.
yet. No.
So they need new tag team champions in that company ASAP. And I think it's going to be Kings of the Black Throne.
Okay.
That's
And if they don't win, I don't know if Malachi Black's staying.
Oh, that's a good point.
that could be one to go back to AEW or back to WWE.
Yeah, especially now with as entrenched as Zelina Vega is in the LWO story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a great point. I like Big Bill because of his story personally, coming back from all the issues and all that stuff, and
Yes, sir.
obviously being wildly sick. Well, just getting the issues behind him.
He hit
Okay?
Carmella. He's dead to me.
By the way, Carmella and Corey Graves, they had their baby a couple of weeks ago, I think,
Yeah.
before last week. So congratulations to them. I'm torn between Kings of the Black and FTR. Really, at this point, I am FTR. They had the injury. One of them was out,
One of them still injured.
but he's wrestling tonight.
He
Yeah.
is.
So, you know what? For the hell of it, let's just make it a hat trick. Let's give Malachi Black the belt and see what he can do moving forward. And finally, the AEW World Championship match. MJF, the champion, taking on challenger Jay White. What's a ladder match?
I want to say that
Oh, sorry. So Brunette says, will the match be in black and white? Then he says he's picking
Which
Starks.
match?
Well, I'm presuming the
Tony?
famous, the fatal four
Tony Storm.
the Tony Storm match, I would imagine.
Oh, the
if
Tony
any of
Storm
them.
match. Okay, he picked Starks and Big Bill, and then now he says this is now a ladder match. Which match with which you refer, Mr. Historian, please? More details. Okay, fine. Let's go for the heavyweight title.
Film at 11.
I want to say we figure out who the devil is during the main event,
Okay.
and by who the devil is,
The
I still want to
tag
say
team.
MJF retains either way. I can't see Jay White becoming the AEW World Champion, honestly,
Okay.
unless Tony Khan still has like a real hard on for New Japan.
MJF.
Okay. I agree with that. I think MJF's going to retain at least for another month
The
until we see
tag-
what happens.
The
And
tag
Yeah.
team title match is a ladder match.
Oh, okay.
so the belts will be hanging high over the ring. All right.
Yeah, but they say Big Bill's pretty tall dude.
Well, they have to give him a little step stool.
Yeah, but what's he?
He's like, what, 6'7"?
No,
Higher?
Yeah.
He's taller than that?
he's almost 7 foot.
Wow.
But
And
Malik-
you can't teach
Mal-
that.
Malachi's partner's not no small boy either.
No, Brody King.
Brody King.
Yeah, he's a big dude also. Could
Uh-huh.
you see the two of them at the top of the ladder and both come crashing down for some reason? Big
hope
Bill
so.
and
Or it's a cheap ass ladder that another company uses that we know, and the damn thing just crumbles.
aluminum ladder.
Yes.
Paper mache ladder will be used for that spot. All right, let's get to
All
it
right.
on the other side then. Let's stick with AEW. We kind of touched on it a little bit. Last night, as we just talked about after the AEW show went off the air, they did some Ring of Honor tapings, and Ronda Rousey made her ROH debut.
Yeah.
I wonder if it was a one-time thing just for Marina in a tag match, but
I don't know. That's pretty good though. I'm glad. You know what? Let's talk. Let's ponder this for a minute.
Okay.
Here you go. Rhonda's on one of the biggest stages she could be on in the WWE.
I thought you were gonna say Ring of Honor. I was about to be like, dude, you're tripping.
Who brought her into? Who presented her to the crowd?
The Rock.
The Rock. You don't get too much better than that. And for her, in my mind, seeing her presentations
Mhm.
On YouTube of some of her MMA fights and everything, I think her product could have been a lot better in WWE than what it was. So I really wonder if she wanted to leave WWE or WWE was just free and happy to let her go.
How would you rate her last run in WWE on a scale of 1 to 10? 1 being like, should have given it all up to 10, like,
I'll give
Be the
her
best.
a 5.
okay.
And that's being polite.
Matt, what do you think?
I think on her level, she thought it was a 10 because she's always said in interviews she wanted to be tag team champions with Shayna Baszler.
Right.
So she got to do that. But I think she should have been a Paul Heyman girl, to begin with, because her mic skills were never good.
Mm-hmm.
And that was every wrestling fan's gripe was her trying to talk.
Mm-hmm.
So I think if she would have had a mouthpiece from the beginning, stayed silent, and just killed everybody, it would have gone a lot better. But she held her own for a long time.
I think, like you said, Chief, I felt it was very underwhelming.
Yeah.
All the fanfare for her to come back, the title, but you have all these WrestleMania moments. You're introduced by The Rock and everything else. I get she would want to tag with Shayna because of their friendship.
Absolutely. I get
In my
that.
opinion, that should have been done early on in one of her runs.
Yeah.
Because to me, finishing up as a tag champion before leaving is not leaving at the height of your career. You know what I'm saying? You want to leave anybody. You want to leave at the top of your game. By her being tag champ, though injured apparently towards the end as well, right? We saw the injury. It just didn't wow me in that run. Okay, here's my final bout, and I'm going to go off into the sunset, and I'm going to go off as an injured tag team champion instead of the multiple-time women's champion, multiple WrestleMania, headline or whatever.
Yeah.
Very underwhelming as far as I'm concerned.
Don't get me wrong. Ronda and Shayna were okay. I think personally, Ronda and Bayley would have been a better combination because at least Bayley can speak on the mic.
Yes, I agree. That's a fair point, but they never had chemistry though. I don't think
They were never given the opportunity.
Right. I was just going to say they were probably never afforded that chance. But I could see that having somebody to be a mouthpiece. Absolutely. It's a great point.
Or Ronda and Becky for that matter.
Sure. Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Folks, I'm not saying Shayna's by any means not good for Ronda. Okay. Because, we all know they were friends and they still are friends.
Mm-hmm.
But I think continuity wise, that's fine. That's pretty damn good.
Take the rest of the show off.
Okay.
I don't want you hurting yourself.
I just think that they could have done better, and if they'd have done better and given her a better partner on the mic skills, I think maybe she would still be in WWE.
Could be.
Possibly.
Could be. It's always, it's all about presentation, not always just what you do in the ring. So, all right, we're going to step aside early purposely for our final break because there is so much more to do before we get out of here at the top of the hour. So we want to thank you all for watching. Thoughts count anywhere. We'll be right back.
You'll find the art that speaks to your heart at Desert Valley Gallery. I've got to have it.
So colorful.
I can't live without it. You'll find the art that speaks to your heart at Desert Valley Gallery.
D'Lo Brown. If you want to be part of one of the greatest podcasts on the world, Thoughts Count Anywhere, every Saturday, 9 to 11 Pacific. Now recognize that. Hey, everybody, Aaron Phillips, and I'm standing with Anthony Miller. Hey, I have a quick question for you. What's the name of your favorite wrestling show? Thoughts Count Anywhere. What a convenience. Saturday, 9 to 11 a.m. Pacific. If this guy watches it, better watch it also on Facebook. This is your Warlord of Weird Sinbodi, and you are watching Thoughts Count Anywhere right here on Facebook, Saturday mornings, 9 a.m. till 11 a.m. Pacific Coast time. Stay tuned. Do I look like I'm clowning around? Buddy, I'm Aaron Phillips, and I am with the legend, Sabu. And Sabu, you were telling me earlier about a special wrestling show that you really like, and that is what? Right? Thoughts Count Anywhere, that's a coincidence. The same show that runs Saturdays, 9 to 11 a.m. Pacific, right here on Facebook. You better listen to the man to watch.
Aloha, this is April Hom, the Royal Hawaiian from Glow, and you're watching Thoughts Count Anywhere.
Hey, welcome back.
Aye.
It just sounded like that pirate you were talking about earlier.
Arr.
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 Thank you for watching Thoughts Count Anywhere. We got about 20 minutes
Wait,
left.
The
Huh?
only one that didn't make that sound is
He's
the real
sleeping.
fucking sailor.
It's because he's sleeping over here. It's his nap time.
I
He came
find
up
a
with that.
sailor man.
He came up with that 5-syllable word and it just tuckered him out. So I missed that intro though.
You told me to take the rest of the day,
I-
rest of the show off, so I'm shutting
Oh.
my mouth. Now I'm getting my ass chewed for
Actually,
not
John
saying.
started it.
Well,
Wait,
why
wait.
the hell didn't you defend me?
Because it's so much. It's not as fun.
He's gonna come up and be like, I checked Wikipedia and pirates were invented. No.
Hold on here.
They had my play stick.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Captain Jack Sparrow debuted.
What do you need? What are you throwing at us here, Chief?
I don't think we want to talk about this one.
Which one?
This one here.
Okay. All right. Anyway, let's pick a topic there, Mr. Matt. Mr. Matt, why don't you pick a topic for us?
Drew McIntyre turned heel on Monday Night Raw, claymoring Jey Uso, costing them the shot at the tag team championships. And then he shook hands with Rhea Ripley, basically making him the 5th member of either the War Games match or Judgment Day. We'll find out on Monday Night Raw. And then, like, after Monday Night Raw went off the air, Cody Rhodes is like, oh, you don't think I got friends?
Mm-hmm.
So could we see Randy Orton coming back at the War Games match next Sunday?
I'd love to see it.
So would I.
I got 3 words for you. L.A. Knight is going to be the 5th man for Randy Orton's
It's like
team.
2 letters in a word, though.
No.
L.A.K.
L.A. Knight, 3 words.
Okay. By the way, Brunette says in there that, I'm sorry, Ronald says we missed a match, Murphy versus Cardio.
I don't know nothing
For
about that,
for
Ronald.
AEW tonight.
Don't know
Is
nothing.
that a pre-show match?
Might be.
I don't know.
I don't know. All right. That's a possibility.
Who the hell's
I'm guessing Buddy Murphy. and
who's
Cardio.
Cardio?
I have no idea.
Claudio?
Claudio?
Cardio
Oh.
is what he wrote in there. Oh, no, he refixed it and put Claudio. So Murphy versus Claudio. Castagnoli. I still say
Who said
Castagnoli.
it?
I know. right. First.
I take the Italian.
Claudio?
Yeah, huh?
Okay.
Castagnoli.
Caesar.
Mamma mia.
Oh, Burnett says, yeah, it's probably a pre-show match, but no, Ronald jumps in there and says, no, it was made last night. Okay. I would love to see Orton come back because Orton and McIntyre have history,
Yeah.
right? I think he doesn't show up if he's still not 100% medically cleared. LA Knight, I love that as a possibility. If it's not Orton, right? I think that would be a great fill-in for that.
Definitely. I hope it's Orton, if anybody. I hope they announce it on Raw.
Do they bring Cena in as revenge for Sikoa because of the match they just had? Okay.
No.
The strike's over. Ring has seen it for a long time.
I'd say Cena's in Hollywood already.
Okay, that's fair. And he made it clear he would be. So, all right, what you got?
I think they're going to bring Randy Orton back. You know when I think he's coming back? Right there. What you got on your screen.
What's that?
WrestleMania. That's when he'll be back.
Well, they got to build a storyline at some point for that, don't you think?
I think he comes back in 2 days.
Okay. All right, pick a topic there, Mr. Chief. What you
Logan
got?
Paul says he has sights set on doing Mick Foley inspired stunts during his WWE career. Your thoughts?
I hope he kills himself if he comes off the top of a cage. Why would you want to do that? Why do you need to do Mick Foley style stunts? Did he not see, not once but twice, Mick Foley once go off that cage and once through the cage what it did to him? If that happened to him, his career would be done.
Evidently, he has not talked to Mick Foley himself.
Exactly.
Very true.
My
I want to see him
man.
do it without the airbag, too.
Absolutely.
Hey, you know who would do good with doing stunts
like that?
Bad Bunny.
Yeah.
Bad Bunny.
Off the cage and stuff too, like doing Mick Foley
I
stuff
think off the cage, he could.
through the cage.
Not through it. But off of it, I think he could.
Well, if Shane McMahon can, right? Why not?
Well, but they've had the training to learn how to do it.
How?
And they said bad, if I remember right, which I don't remember too much, 3/4 Halfheimer kicks in once in a while. They said Bad Bunny was an excellent student at
Yes.
training and learning
Right.
the different maneuvers. So I could see if he had enough time to train, I could see him being taught how to do it.
Sure. If I am his music production company, though,
You're like you're not.
I would say
doing that.
absolutely. Granted, I know you could take insurance policies out, God forbid an injury, but
What's that company in England?
Lloyd's of London.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Just take a couple.
God
He's got
mil
like a
out.
whole world tour coming.
Yeah, his manager, agents, the music company, they're going to be like, oh, no, you ain't.
Well, maybe he jumps off and Johnny Knoxville's down there and he lands on top of Johnny
That would
Knoxville.
I'd approve
See
that
you
one.
see
Book that one. No airbag, but put Knoxville under the freaking desk. But I'll tell you what, though, I think what would be an interesting match in all sincerity, and I think you have it on here, would be Logan Paul and Bad Bunny.
Yeah.
I think they've proven themselves well enough that as a match together would be interesting.
I enjoyed
But I don't want another part-time champion.
I enjoyed watching Bad Bunny.
I
More-
did. Too.
I enjoyed watching
yes.
Bad Bunny more so than
Yes.
Logan Paul.
Yep.
Just
Yes,
my
sir.
opinion.
I agree.
Okay.
I agree.
Now, don't get me wrong. I think Logan Paul is the better mouthpiece
Mhm.
than Bad Bunny.
True. I agree with that too.
All right. But I think it would be a next one. And then you have Johnny Knoxville as the referee
And I hope he gets his ass knocked out
by both of them.
by both at the same
Yeah,
time.
Yeah.
Let him do an Uso splash right on him in the middle of the freaking ring. All right, pick one. Go next.
Did you guys see Celebrity Jeopardy?
No, but I read the article.
Yes, I did.
Becky
It
got
was hilarious.
0 correct out of 60 guesses. First person to ever do it. I think it was more of like a cultural, like
was
language
just gonna
thing
say,
because she was
yeah.
close to like a couple of them
I'm over.
and just like couldn't get the words right.
No, I agree with that.
What was the one about the hamburger?
But they still did give her like $1,000 to donate to Congress.
Yeah.
cause,
Yes,
I believe.
yes.
So that
yes,
was
yes,
good. But yeah,
yes.
I think the cultural differences there probably played a role in not making it easy for her. So,
Yeah.
But listen, she's certainly not going to get a championship belt from WWE saying, Jeopardy champion on it. That's for
Oh
sure.
no.
That's for
Wonder how
sure.
much she got rused backstage when she came back from doing that.
Jeez.
Kurt Angle said on a podcast that a movie is being made about his life and will start filming next year. I wonder who's going to play him. Or is he going to play himself?
The Rock.
I do. Do not adjust your colors, son. You're a sad TV set. I don't think he would need a stunt double, I would think, for a lot of the wrestling pieces and parts because physically he's still.
I know a perfect person.
Who?
Luke Hawk. Luke did the show on what the hell was
Heels,
it? Yeah,
Young Rock.
Young Rock. Okay.
All right. I
And
buy
Luke's
that.
got the ball head, and
Sure.
he is a professional wrestler, and he is about
Is this about the same size?
same
as him?
height.
Oh,
Same height.
that would work
That,
for me.
that would be
That would work for me.
Luke. I'm putting a plug in for you,
There
buddy.
you go. Have you guys, and you may have this on here if you do, I apologize. Have you guys seen the reviews on the Iron Claw movie about the Von Erich family?
I
No.
haven't
With
yet.
Zac Efron,
No, it's a movie.
they made a movie, the Von Erich family.
Is it on?
It hasn't been released yet, coming out, I think, next month.
in the movie
I believe it's
theaters.
going to come out in the theaters.
Oh, good.
Every review I've read by people both in and out of the wrestling industry have given it an A+.
Is this the first you're hearing about this?
Yeah.
We've only talked about it on the show for like a month.
Well, you got to
Good,
remember,
okay.
man. I don't.
He doesn't listen
Don't
to
pay
the show.
attention.
Sorry.
He tunes out halfway through.
MJF's in the movie.
That's right. MJF is in the movie as well. I think it's going to be great. They've applauded Zac Efron both physically, how he's turned into him.
He got into crazy shape for that movie.
Oh, he absolutely did.
You know where MJF started wrestling? I didn't know this until I listened to the YouTube thing we did.
Create a Pro is by Brian Myers.
Create a Pro and Maryland Championship Wrestling. Yeah.
There you go.
Interesting.
Quick congratulations going out to the great Khali as he announced the birth of his son.
He's got a wrestling school.
Oh, I heard about that a while ago, which
Over
makes sense
Saudi Arabia.
because the WWE has been trying to get into that market for a long time, i.e., why they do the shows.
He's got the market.
Oh, I'm saying but I'm saying that's a good thing.
I'm glad for him.
Absolutely,
I'm happy for him.
WWE strikes a deal with the Big 12 Conference, which will see a superstar present a championship belt to the winner of the Big 12 championship game, as well as having the WWE logo on the field during the game.
That's gonna be cool.
And they're going to have superstars throughout the week leading up to that bowl, make appearances and stuff as well. Why not? I mean, mainstream is coming to WWE. Why not put WWE out more into the mainstream like that?
Yeah.
So that's a good thing.
Oh, I do have one thing to say.
Yes, sir.
Pay your internet bill. Okay, I'm done.
Choo choo.
Speaking of bills, I wonder what kind of villainous things Vince McMahon is up to right now.
I don't know. Selling all that, making all that money.
He sold 8.4 million shares of the TKO stock, which is $641 million. I think he has enough money in the bank. I wonder what kind of crap he's up to.
And he still owns 20 million shares. Damn.
People are all like freaking out this week saying Vince McMahon's leaving and all this. But I read somewhere that he has more than enough shares to still be on the board of directors. They said if he starts to get under 7 million is when he'll lose his seat.
Well, people think it was also a middle finger to the whole process of the merger or whatever his position is being pulled out of creative as well.
Could be.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going somewhere else, but okay. No problem. Let's see. WWE makes Backlash France official, announcing that the event will take place in Lyon-des-Scenes, France, May 4th, 2024. Only thing I can say to you French people, if there's a lot of Americans coming over, you better have a lot of French fries.
Do they just call them fries over there?
Chips.
French chips?
Chips.
May 4th, that's my wife's birthday, but we ain't going to France next year. I'm just telling you now, babe. Obviously, they're really picking up the mode of this international travel of putting some of their major pay-per-views, across. And I think that's okay.
Well,
it's a much easier way to get to the fan base.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I think it's a good idea for this reason.
Mm-hmm.
For the last 25 years, I'm just throwing 25 out there. Most of the major events have been in the United States, and the people from around the world have had to travel here. Okay, so we're going to go to France. We're going to go to Australia. We go to Saudi Arabia.
Germany.
We're going to Germany. So guess what? The American people are going to have to spend some money to go to those places now.
Or Peacock's going to get very rich during those times for buying the pay-per-view or having subscriptions.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think, they're trying to fair it up.
I think part of it, someday, do you think we'll see a WrestleMania overseas?
Oh, yeah.
Right? Wembley Stadium, perhaps, because he wants to go against AEW's big show.
Don't you remember the WrestleMania that came from 3 different venues?
Vaguely.
I wonder if they try that again, but from 3 stadiums. That'd be something.
One here in the States, 2 overseas.
That would take a lot of logistical effort.
Hey.
But who knows? Yeah. It would sell probably a shitload of tickets. WWE launches Bray Wyatt Legacy Merchandise Collection, courtesy in conjunction with the Rotunda family. Mike Rotundo came out with that this past week. Rey Mysterio undergoes knee surgery for a torn meniscus. He'll be out about 8 weeks, but he had been wrestling with the torn meniscus for a while. And so, hate to say it this way, folks, but part of what happened with the beatdown and the turn with his leg in the stairs was a way to get him off of TV.
Did you hear what Santos said?
Yep. Dominic was right.
No.
You didn't hear that one?
Yeah, but you didn't hear the other one? That Santos said that he hope Bray gets an infection in the leg and they have to cut it off.
Oh, I missed God, I missed that one. Jeez.
You didn't hear that?
No, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
Honest God.
Yeah, I'm telling you the truth.
Oh, I believe it.
Yeah, buddy.
WWE and MLB team up to sell lucha masks of specific teams. I actually saw them today online. I was looking at stuff on the shop.
Is there a Yankee one?
Not yet. They have Cubs. They have the Rangers, of course, after winning the World Series, but they don't have Yankees out there yet. I'm sure that'll come. And I love the note on here.
Talk to me.
Note of match totals for Roman Reigns during the last 6 years. In 2017, he wrestled 145 times. 2018, 129. 2019, 99. 2020, 33 matches. 2021, 61. 2022, 52. And thus far for 2023, 11 matches. Good luck, MJF, getting that schedule anywhere else.
Now, is that including the house shows too?
Yeah.
All matches.
Wow. And on SmackDown last night, it was made official that the fourth member of the face team to go up against Damage Control, Becky Lynch, made her return and was announced. So, but it's still 5-on-4. There's still 5 Damage Control ladies. Someone who's not going to be wrestling. Bailey, she's going to be out on the side.
No, it's Dakota Kai. She's still healing from.
But I saw 5 people in the ring last night, and Dakota was at ringside.
No.
She was in the ring with the others? Okay, I thought it was somebody else.
No.
Okay, thank you for correcting me.
When's the last time you had your eyes checked?
I will not answer that question.
You need bifocals.
Mickey James has taken a leave from TNA and says she doesn't have a contract. Does this mean she'll return to WWE? She had been with TNA all this last months, almost a year without a contract.
Yeah.
I think Mickey really. I think Mickey enjoys it at TNA or Impact or whatever the hell you want to call it.
Right.
I think she enjoys it there more so than WWE. I think she's got more creative freedom.
The only thing is, Nick Aldis is now with WWE. That's got to be an attraction if she were to think about coming to WWE at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nowadays, keeping married couples together seems to be the
let
thing.
me ask the question.
Sure.
Is it really about Mickey and Nick, or is it about the child seeing both parents day in and day out? Is that the most important part?
Oh,
and
the
in
family is the most important thing.
Well,
for
then,
sure.
Then
well, I didn't mean she would come because of that.
No. But then in that aspect,
Yes.
it makes more sense for her to go to WWE
Gotcha. Yes.
than to stay at Impact.
Makes perfect sense. Makes perfect sense.
Much as I like Impact, where would you want to end your career, WWE or Impact?
Yeah. It's a
Impact's been good to her, though.
Yeah.
You got to admit that. They
True.
have. They've been good to her.
All right, we got about 2 minutes left. Real quickly, congratulations to Mandy Leon and Delirious. They got married. Congratulations. A couple of pop culture items. End of the actor strike. Woo! Now
TV shows are coming back.
Yeah. I'm so tired of going to my list and seeing
Start
nothing
filming
recorded.
Deadpool 3 now.
The most important one, and he didn't even put it down here
Which one?
on pop culture.
Wait, what? What did he not put down?
Huh?
What did he not put down? Did I?
Huh?
You got it. Yeah, you got it. Okay.
There's some race in town.
Okay.
There's something.
Are you going to
on.
talk about it?
Oh,
All
we'll,
right.
we'll throw it out there for a minute or two. Something about an F1 race
Blow
that's
it up.
going in town.
Blow it up, man.
So we have to talk about the funniest shit that happened the other night. If you didn't notice, 8 or 9 minutes into the first practice round,
Yeah.
they had to stop. Why? Because of a loose manhole cover.
Yeah.
It wasn't loose.
It was what?
It was the turtles.
Yeah, that's right. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles were spotted coming out of that. Just look at my Facebook page. You'll see the picture.
But evidently, that wasn't the first time it's happened in an F1.
in an F1 race.
Correct.
But here they made a big point of it because of how
yeah.
long we've been prepping for the track. And oh my
So
God.
so what did F1 do? You know, they sent all the
They
fans,
stopped.
And what did they do for the fan?
Nothing.
They give them a lousy $200 to go to the store to buy
merchandise. Very nice of them.
Yeah.
Oakland A's have made it official. The owners have voted to accept the proposal for the move. Yeehaw.
Las Vegas will officially be fans of every away team of the A's.
That's right. And last but not least, our Knights, they're still rocking and rolling. What did they? I know they played Thursday night.
Wait, what are the odds now?
Wait a minute.
Oh, yes.
Wait.
Did we place our bet, by the way?
Yeah.
Okay. What do we?
Oh, shit.
Go ahead.
I owe you 20. Thomas, excuse me. Do you have a score for me? I asked you before the show, and I haven't
I
seen
did see one go in
anything.
there. One. It was one early on. He
1-0 in the first.
one. Yeah, it was 1-0 early on. He does have that in there.
Well,
But since then, I don't know.
apologize. Then.
Time's up.
I owe
Time's
you-
up.
I
All right.
still owe you 20. Damn it. Okay.
Final thoughts as we say goodbye, Mr. Matt.
Everybody have a good, safe week. If you're going to the F1 tonight, have a good time.
Good luck. Good luck.
Hopefully you see an actual race.
Yeah, not
Appreciate it.
not loose potholes. Mr. G, final thoughts.
Hey, everybody. It's good to be back. It's good to be back with these gentlemen. Please, everybody, have a very, very happy Thanksgiving.
Amen. All right. With that, as Chief said, happy Thanksgiving from all of us here at the TCA crew. Join me in 1 hour. Mystic Mona is making her return to Aaron's Hour. So if you want to have a mini reading, make sure you call in 702-992-3207. Otherwise, as always, be kind to everybody. Why? We're all happy. See you next time. Next week, 2 hours, 9 to 11. We'll see you then. Thank everybody for watching.
Peace.